With its world-famous cuisine, picturesque villages, sweeping vineyards, and influential culture, there's no wonder why France is one of the most popular destinations in the world. Here are some interesting and fun facts about the nation of France. Because of its shape, France is also known as the hexagon, and the French often use this nickname when talking about their country. In fact, the shape of France can be drawn in a six-sided shape, with which children learn to draw their own country from an early age at school. From north to south, and from west to east, France is about 1,000 km long, with a diameter of 1,000 km. France is famous for its gastronomy. Snails, beef bourguignon, coq vin, tartatin, wines, cheeses, and many other exquisite dishes are well worth trying. This is why, in 2010, French gastronomy was added to the list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO. The French consume around 25,000 tons of snails each year. France is famous for its snails, also called escargots. The love of these slithery creatures remains a great mystery to the rest of the world, but the French love them. They eat about 25,000 tons of snails a year, or about 6.5 snails per person per year, usually cooked in garlic butter, chicken stock, or wine. The French consume around 40 liters of wine per person per year. Our dear French friends also like their wines. On average, they drink about 40 liters of wine per year per person. This means that in the whole country, about 26.5 million liters of wine are consumed per year. The figures have decreased, though, and continue to do so as they have been advised to consume less wine by the health authorities. France produces more than 1,600 different kinds of cheese. Many different types are produced, such as soft, blue-veined, hard cheeses, etc. Many are protected by strict regional labels and are a source of pride for the regions. As for the wine, the French are very fond of their dairy product and are therefore the most cheese-eating population in the world. It's illegal to throw out or burn food that is perfectly edible. Since 2016, it has been forbidden to throw away food that is still edible. The rule was introduced to prevent food waste by making it more difficult to destruct edibles. In a country that loves food so much and is known for its gastronomy, this is not a world-shocking law. However, should you choose to throw food away or burn food that is perfectly edible, you could find yourself in big trouble with the law. Putting a baguette upside down is unlucky. This superstition probably dates back to medieval times. At that time, executions were still numerous, so the executioner did not have time to pass by the bakery before working. The baker would hold back a piece of bread by putting it upside down on the shelves of his bakery. For this reason, putting a baguette upside down is associated with death and misfortune. Croissants were actually invented in Austria. Indeed, croissants are a Viennese style of pastry, which of course refers to the Austrian city of Vienna, known as the birthplace of croissants. It comes in various shapes and sizes. The ancestor of the modern croissant was called the Kipferl, which dates back to the 13th century. The camera phone was invented in France. That's right, the camera phone was invented in France in 1997 by an enterprising Parisian called Philippe Icahn, a very surprising France fact. The first photo he took was of his newborn daughter, Sophie, which he sent to his family and friends. In 1910, a law forbade couples to kiss in train stations. In 1910, a law was introduced in France prohibiting kissing in railway stations, especially on the platforms, to avoid delays and overcrowded stations. However, it has never been possible to find out what the penalties were for breaking these rules or how long this law was in use. Nowadays, there is no law anymore that forbids kissing in the train stations of France.